Hi, everybody, and welcome to Hangout 130. It is September 2nd, and we are Android Coliseum, covering Canada sort of in the middle-ish. We have, going from the east, Siobhan.
Hi, everybody.
Martin.
Howdy.
Ryan.
Welcome.
And myself. So hello. We have a ton of stuff to talk about. It is IFA this week. Ryan was saying that it's kind of weird that they have all their announcements before the trade show starts, but that gives a chance to figure out what you want to see and what you want to find out about, and it gives us stuff to talk about. So take it away, Ryan and Martin. You're going to talk about some of the cool stuff coming out.
Yeah, so I thought we just sort of, I get why you have all these massive events before the trade show portion. That part makes sense to me. What I just don't get is why they still have on their website, it's the 4th to the 9th. Like, why not say it's the 2nd to the 9th? Trade show booths start on the 4th. If I was looking at it as an event organizer or whatever, I'd be like, I'm going, oh, well, it doesn't start to the 4th. I'll book my flight the 3rd and show up a couple days later, apparently, late for everything. Like, I guess I'm not on the inside loop of a lot of these press releases things. But anyways, that's just my my ramblings. I like to pick on something. But anyways,
it was your 9 o'clock rant this morning when I told you. Yeah, no, they've already announced it.
I've seen people say, "Oh, this is," but I didn't realize. Yeah. Anyways, in my typical fashion, because we can't go there. Who nobody was so much to give me a ticket to Berlin to go there. We've been putting together any bit of information we've seen at IFA or anybody else covering it, and putting it together in a database on our own website, so you can see all the devices, all the Android devices that are announced, whether it be phone, tablet, smartwatches. That's much that was talked about so far, and the specs, and then a link that you can go and see more information on it. So let's put it on the database. So a lot of cool things. Acer announced a bunch of phones. Acer also announced a tablet. Martin will talk about that in a second. Asus announced a bunch of Zen phone somethings, Zen pads, Zen Watch 2. I just like the names of these. The Zen Phone 2 Deluxe, the Zen Phone 2 Laser, the Zen Phone 2 Selfie, and the Zen Phone 2 Zoom. Like, that's a mouthful. I don't know. That could have been something a little bit easier to say. Huawei announced their. I like this. This is the name, the official name of their watch. Watch. It's not.
How come Apple's not coming after them? Isn't it? That's what the Apple Watch is called?
But it's called Apple Watch. I guess you could call this the Huawei Watch.
Okay.
But the model number is, as far as I even say, is Watch. Unless there's something I'm missing. That's everything I've seen.
No, that's what I got too. Huawei Watch.
They announced their Mate S, their the G8. Lenovo released a bunch of cheap-end stuff. Their Vibe P1, which had these huge batteries. The Fab, which is like a 6.8-inch phablet. Huge thing. Lenovo, also reduced their new Yoga Tab series, the Pro with a projector built into a tablet, which is kind of cool, and I'm still waiting to try one out. Moto, we saw their new 360 watch, and Sony's Z5 series. So that was all was announced again. You can see all the database and so that. Martin, I think, really wants to talk about this Predator tablet.
Yeah, I mean, Acer released their Predator tablet, and they specifically labeled it for gamers. I mean, if from the looks of it, it's going to be one of those tablets that's going to be next gen for people that actually play games on their tablet. So, advanced first-person shooter, 3D enhanced RPGs and whatnot. This is definitely going to rival the NVIDIA Shield by a lot. I mean. It's an 8-inch tablet, 5.1 lollipop. I mean, it's 1920 by 1200. Zero air gap IPS. The Predator has their color blast technology that's built into it, and the proper 100% NTSC color gamut. I mean, it's running over on the Intel Atom 7 processor, so.
So is that a good processor? I just don't know Intel anymore. I don't know because again, they talk about being a gamer device. I was expecting it to have just scads of RAM and huge amounts of space and a really top-end processor. I just don't know. Is that you're a tech guy? You would tell me. Is it a good processor?
This is a top-end gaming processor for a tablet. personally. Maybe some people are going to want to shoot me, but it's more advanced than the NVIDIA Shield.
Mm.
Renode might be
So
listening.
why did they make it? Why did they make it an 8-inch tablet? Is it made to work with a controller then, or?
No, not necessarily so much made to work with a controller, but 8-inch is what they've determined to be what the gamer market was looking for in terms of a gaming tablet.
I
10
see.
inches too big, 7-inch is still too small, so they went for the 8-inch market. And it
Yeah,
seems to
well,
be
I have
fairly
to
decent.
say, 8-inch is definitely my favorite
And
tablet size.
something to consider too, though, it's got 2 built-in antenna inside for the wireless technology, so to make sure that you actually get the full through output that you're doing when you're gaming online.
Sounds great. And did you want to talk about the Sony Z5 series as well?
We might as well jump in it. I mean, the premium, the regular, and the compact, which we're never going to see. So the premium version is definitely the higher end. I mean, it has a sleek body to it and the engraved back. Specifications are the same for both of the phones, whether you go high end or low end. The real gist about the premium version is the 4K display that it's going to have. It's going to be the first of its kind. And the higher battery, I think if I remember correctly, it was a 3430 for the battery versus just and the other one was a
2700.
30.
Oh, 2900 for the Z5, 3430 for the premium.
Yeah. So you're basically getting a better battery and a higher display if you go with the premium. Plus the sleek back of the phone is going to be engraved as well as with the metal body, which is different than the normal version of the Z5.
And I thought, I was looking at the leak photos, again, I don't like looking at leaks. I didn't really notice, it looked like it was going to have the mag charger, but it's
Which it does.
fingerprints. It doesn't have the finger, because I couldn't find a photo of it on the side to say if it has the mag
From what I
charger.
understand from other sources, it's going to have the mag charger on it. But yes, there is a fingerprint scanner as well on that one.
Yeah, so they got that.
Apparently, fingerprints are the thing now.
A lot of them have fingerprints now, I guess.
And it's totally not recommended to use it.
Really? Because they're like, it's supposed to be, it was like the videos I saw of it, where it was like blazing fast and you can use a bunch of your fingers.
Yeah, blazing fast, no problem with that. It just provides no security.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that not that long ago we had heard that Sony was slimming down, dumping its mobile market and stuff like that. I mean, I have the Z3. I think it's been out for a year and they're already on the 5. Do you see them as slowing down or withdrawing from the mobile market? Am I missing something here?
For Sony, no, not specifically. They're not going to be going away. They've said it before. They're really big in Asia. Maybe not so much in North America, but really big in Asia and Europe. So this is what their biggest focus is and their biggest markets are.
You know, one thing I haven't seen a lot of is those economy line versions. Like there used to be a lot of E, T, R line, the Xperia R, the Xperia R2, the T. We have a T3 we're giving away.
And this
E1,
is one of the
the
things.
M5. You know, it's like there was a bunch of those economy lines that were there.
They're not going for the economy line. They're preferably trying to stick with the high end.
Or
And
the
I
hybrid
think
flagship and
Yeah.
variations.
That's a good idea because the mid-range is really getting cluttered, and there is some really good devices in there. And I think, Savon, you have one that you're going to be taking pictures with?
The R7 Plus, you mean?
Yes.
That's not
Do you
bad.
have one? It's not mid-range?
It's not officially a flagship. It is in between. The R7 was the flagship. The R9 is rumored to. The Find 7 was the flagship. The Find 9 is rumored to be announced soon. The R5 and the R7 are, yes, mid-range. But the specs are top-notch. They're very close to flagship, I would say.
And, I mean, that's what Sony would be competing with. Were you going to tell us some more about Oppo?
Yes, so I just got the R7 Plus, like I said, and it will be available for pre-order in about 3 days. Oppo Style announced today. For now, it seems like only the international version will be available, but it works fine in Canada. The bands are compatible with our LTE bands, band 7. So Bell and Rogers work with that and with that frequency, and it works great. I checked it and I did the speed tests, and it works great. So for Canadians, it's totally compatible. It's a 6-inch screen, and the battery is just massive, and it lasts really all day. From 6:30 a.m. this morning, I'm at 49% with playing Ingress,
Wow.
with navigation, with being on it all day. I did charge it for a few minutes in the car, but that's amazing. It's 4,100 milliamps, so very impressive. That's the thing I'm impressed about the most. I just started using it yesterday, so I didn't try the camera yet, and everything else, but the battery is just out of this world.
So does it have quick charge or wireless
Yes.
charging?
It has the VU quick charge. It charges really fast, just like the N3 and the Find 7. And it has the fingerprint reader. I do use it. I mean, some people don't even use a lock code or anything. For me, it's convenient, so I rather compromise my security by a bit and gain a lot of convenience. And
Now,
it
can
does.
you turn it on just by like? Does it sense like we just tap it and with the
Yeah,
fingerprint
you
scanner?
see it's off. I touch it in the back, and it turns it on
That's,
and unlocks it.
That would be useful, very useful.
Yeah. But then you have a Zen watch as well. Do you not have that as an unlocked device or keep it unlocked?
I do. For some reason, it's not working very well. I don't know why. I need to check.
You have to go into all those settings, make sure that it's a trusted
Yeah,
agent.
I only got the
And then
phone
go into-
yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it on Monday, but I had to get the Nano SIM from Rogers. So I only started using it yesterday, so I'm still setting it all up.
Well, it sounds interesting, and I'm sure you said you're doing photos on Instagram.
Right.
With that
So
phone?
if you're curious to see what kind of photos he takes, you can follow me on Instagram, Sivan Rihan. I'll post a link later if you want. And you can compare. I took a lot of photos with the N3, and now I'll use the R7 Plus, so we can compare and see what's better. The selfies for sure are better with the N3, so I'll miss that. But I'm excited to try this one.
Speaking of selfies, I'm just going to go off topic for a moment. I was doing selfies when we were on holidays. I was doing selfies of Fred and me, and like we'd get these little pictures, and then he started doing them, and it's amazing how much difference it makes to have longer
With the longer
arms.
hands, you need a selfie stick,
It's like, wow, I do need a selfie stick.
which Oppo has. That I need to order it.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to let Fred's arms.
No
Yeah.
selfies.
It's a little more natural. So, back on track. Being in Canada, we haven't embraced mobile payments quite that much, but slowly moving ahead. So, Martin, you have some news from RBC?
Yep, RBC officially announced that their app is getting an update, and anybody that's on KitKat and above will be able to do mobile banking and not necessarily require the NFC 2.0 chip SIM
Oh,
card.
wow.
Yep. So from what I understand, they're going to be working with token base.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, that makes it different.
And that's better than the TD app, which I've been using, which has never worked in any of the devices I've ever. That's so. I'm really curious to give it a try. I'm not an RBC user though, but I almost want to open a bank account just to try it out, because I've been trying to use Yugo. Have you tried Yugo yet?
Yeah, I was looking at that, and my phone isn't compatible, so...
My one's compatible, so I just every time I get in the lineup and I go to like the grocery store and I'm getting my lunch or something like that, I'm like, I gotta use it. I'm like, and I go to pull my phone out, and then I'm like, oh crap, I put my password in, and I see there's a lineup. I'm like, just tap my phone or tap my card anyways, and it's just so.
I have to admit, I'm the same way. Like, I don't see why I would use my phone. I have a card right with me. Chop. It
As
always
well,
works.
it'd be kind of nice because I mean, with Yugo, you can pull up your Air Miles card. They'll scan it, bring up your credit card, tap it, so instead of having to go through. But anyway, it's just interesting. I really, really, really want to get rid of carrying my wallet with me. I want to try it one of these days and just to see, So luckily, being able to do that with RBC would be kind of cool.
Yes. Well, if anybody's... Are you with RBC, Martin?
Yeah, I am.
Well, I'll have to keep us posted on how well it works.
So far, I haven't seen a retailer where I can actually tap any of their payment machines.
See, and that's another thing is the availability.
It's a specific payment machine that you can tap. Not all of them are compatible, and not all of them are using the same encryption technology.
To be honest with you, there's only a few places I go to that I can't tap with, and I don't know if it's because I'm purposely selecting tapping ones, because I really hate having to put the chip in, punch my password in.
Tell me.
And I mean, the old days having to swipe it and sign a credit card, like sign a statement, like, oh my god. It's funny because I go to the States and they don't have the pin and chip
Yes.
on there, right? So I have to
You
write.
want to know something funny, Ryan?
Yeah.
A lot of our retailers have the tap and go system, except they don't pay for it, so you can't use it. So
I see that a lot.
Little Caesars has it. And they have the TD thing just sitting right there, and you're supposed to be able to tap into it. And I do that every time I go there. They're like, no.
Some of them
Put it
disable
out.
it.
Why did you put it out on the thing?
The actual whatever place that have them, they've purposely disabled them because they don't want customers to use it.
Well, and then I know for Shoppers Drug Mart, they only allow one of the credit cards to tap. I think they only allow MasterCard. Maybe they only allow Visa to tap, but they only allow one of them. Which
Some
is
of them go to,
annoying.
I think Monique, like certain, like if you got like an RBC one, it only uses RBC MasterCard PayWave. Some of them use it too, but if you get like a Monito or those kind of, those ones usually are pretty universal. Like when I go to Safeway and they have a little system that I can tap.
Yeah.
So I've been tempted to again to try my phone to see if that would work, right? So
You do that.
When the lineup is
on,
I'll try it.
One will form right after you start to do your thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk quickly about the Gear S2, Samsung's new phone, new watch that they're coming out with. It is Tizen, and they will have a 3G model. And people say there's not a lot of apps for it, but I have to say that when I was using the Gear S last year, I loved it. I don't need a lot of apps. It's on my wrist. All I want to do is answer the phone, get my texts, a few messages, have my music with me, and not have to carry my phone. And it was perfect. So I am eager to see what the S2 is like, and I sure hope that they allow it to be not requiring a Samsung phone in order to activate it. So that'll
be interesting.
Quick and dirty.
They break that. And a reminder, just to remind anybody that if they are looking at the specs of different watches, I have been keeping a database. If you go to database.androidcoliseum.com, you'll see one just for smartwatches. So I have a comparison of the features and specs of the Gear S2 to the Huawei to the Zenfone 2 or ZenWatch 2, etc., etc., etc. So all there.
Martin, you have a comment?
Yeah, I was gonna say about the new Samsung watch. From what I understand, it's Tizen based and only gonna work with Samsung devices.
Yes, and I was hoping that I had said Tizen, but I was hoping they would not, because when I had the Gear S2 or the Gear S, I think I only ever linked it up with the phone once, and then I never had the phone on again. So really, you could just go to somebody and say, "Hey, got a Samsung phone? Let me use it,"
Yes.
and like it wouldn't matter. So yeah, kind of wish I would stop doing that. Anyways, because I love the phone, I mean, I love the watch, and this watch actually looks nice as opposed to a sporty style rubber banded watch. So let's move on. Uh, there is alternatives to buying phones through your carriers and or importing them. And we're seeing a lot more unlocked stuff, and now Staples has some really, actually, better known unlocked phones. So Martin, you found the Zenfone 2 there?
Yeah,
I'll let
the
them find
Zenfone
it.
2 over at Staples is now available, and it's also unlocked. So it means you can use it with any of your local carriers we have here in Canada. And the prices are pretty decent. I mean, the 64 gig model is $379.99, which is pretty decent for an unlocked phone that actually is in the flagship generation.
And with the 64 gig, does it come? I didn't read. Did it have a SD card slot or no?
I do not remember on the top of my head.
Because that, and we didn't have it on the schedule to talk about, but that phone that's kickstarting, that's supposed to be the cloud-based phone, like,
Yeah.
I expected it to have a really, the Robin, I think it is.
Yeah.
I expected it to have really small onboard storage. It talks about being a cloud-based phone, and it's what, 64, 32, or 64 for onboard. Like, why do you need the cloud that much?
My
Clearly,
kid
it's
could
not
fill
aimed
it.
at me.
My kid could
Pardon
fill
me?
it with games.
Oh, yeah. I guess it depends on what you use your phone for.
Well, I mean, we have one of our usual guy that we talk to here on the Canadian Androiders, and he wants nothing to do with cloud storage. He needs full 128 gigabytes, and it's all going to be full within like a space of 10 minutes once he gets one.
Wow. Wow.
I guess
I mean,
if
I
you're taking a
like-
lot of duck face selfies, at 20
No,
megapixel
no.
cameras.
It's mostly
Okay.
music. I mean, he
Yeah.
finds
Yeah.
that the cloud, he finds that the streaming music service or the cloud is unreliable.
And it is for me too, and expensive. So I probably would, like, that's what I have on my SD card is music, movies, stuff like that.
I
I
run
have-
out of storage very often with photos.
I've
Yeah.
never run out of storage, none ever, and I probably have bigger collections than all of you guys combined together.
Okay, maybe just a quick comment then. Okay, people who take photos of the Philip, and how often do you clear your phone out? Like every 2 months, I will clear my phone out of any old photos. So I only have 2 months worth of photos on my phone. Everything else is in the cloud now.
I never do. I was making fun that my phone, the N3 was full, and then I got the R7 Plus. I was just changing phones when it's full. Whenever I fill up
that's a
a
good
phone,
plan.
I just get a new phone. So they're all full with photos. I never clean it up. Only now that Google Photos.
This is my photo album. This
Now
It's
that
my last year's photo album.
yeah, exactly.
July.
But now with Google Photos, I became less of a hoarder because it tells me, do you want to clear some photos? We
Gotcha.
promise they're on the cloud, and then I'm like, okay,
Yeah, no, I mean,
fine.
I've set up
Take
a
them
task.
away.
I've set up a task to weekly delete folders, so I've never have any photos locally, never.
I do mine about every year. But then I don't take that many photos. And some of the photos, I look at them and go, what? Like, they're photos from at work, and then, why did I take a picture of that? The sky was blue. I thought it was pretty, so.
Take a picture.
Yeah, like sometimes manufacturing equipment, like conveying systems, they look really nice against a blue sky with the yellow paint and everything. It's yeah.
You should post them more. It sounds cool.
Post
No,
them on
I
Instagram.
don't really want to tell people where I work, and somebody might recognize that particular conveyor. And if they do, they can tell me what the name of it is.
That person isn't wearing proper ear protection.
Yeah, and then there's the PPE thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to wrap up pretty quickly. So we'll go on. Wear is now on iOS. What do you think that's going to mean for Android Wear, Martin? Or yeah, sorry, Brian.
Right. I think it's interesting. I think the best comment on the whole thing, and I want to say it was Artem that wrote this. It was like, welcome iOS users to this new thing called choice. I know it's going to be new and different for you, but again, I think it's funny because I think I can't remember who it was like a year ago. I think it was Russell Hawley had posted something about, Android Wear needs to have an Android device. Apple Watch needs to have an Apple Watch. Who's going to budge first? And clearly Android. So, I mean, again, I don't think there's going to be a lot of iOS users out there going, "Ooh, I need that Moto 360." However, with the move to everything being these round watches and then the Apple Watch being square, I think people are going to look at it and go like, you know what? If I want a round watch, I've got a shit ton of options to choose over here, or I've got to pay like 10 times the price for this one over here. I think I might try it, so.
And you can keep your iPhone, so I mean it's a win all around.
Yeah,
there are some very attractive round watches out there. So quickly, new logo for Google. Everybody put up their hand that unadulteratedly loves it.
Love it, but I like it. I don't mind it.
No, I said love it. Let's move on.
Okay.
Fisher Price.
New to Google is Go Gadget. So, Ryan, you were going to talk about that.
The idea being now, and I love these Google Now tips, so you can say, "Okay, Google, Go Gadget Feedly," and did it work? Open your app on my phone, Feedly. So it's going to go over there. So, yeah. So the idea being is that you can say any app on your phone, and it'll bring up that app. So it brought up Feedly automatically for me. So I can say, "Okay, Google, Go Gadget." Okay, Google. Come on.
Wait, you have to speak nicely to your phone now?
Go Gadget Solitaire.
Okay, Google.
And then I'm in the solitaire game. I grew up being known as Inspector Gadget. That was my nickname for many, many, many years. So being able to say Go Gadget something makes the inner me go, wee. Anyways, kind of cool.
We used to use that for golf. Go Gadget ball. Try and get in the hole. I think it was a pretty smart thing on Google's part to go with Go Gadget. I think a lot of people have a lot of good memories.
And I believe that was one of the early phrases they were toying with when they said like "Okay Glass" or "Okay Google." That was one of the early phrases they were going to potentially go with, and so cool that they still work it in.
I feel awkward enough to say "Okay Google." I'm not. I'm not going to say Go Gadget around people.
No, I've been thinking, how many times do you really say a lot of these things around people? Right? This is what you use when you're driving in the car and you're like, Go Gadget Maps in Map Apps. Okay, Google, navigate to blah, whatever. Like, so those are the things that you'll use. Okay, Go Gadget Waze or something like that, right? So Go Gadget Ingress. Oh yeah.
And Waze now has Colbert giving you directions.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool, right?
Okay, so Ryan, you can keep fooling around in the back, and actually, you're going to talk about the next Nexus.
So the rumor is September 29th is the Google's having another Ingress song. Google was going to be announcing another press release or press conference event or whatever on September 29th, and that's when we're going to obviously hear about the next Nexus, which makes sense because it's usually around October time that we get our Nexus devices. And that would make total sense, so they're going to probably really announce the full version of Marshmallows out available, the next Nexus devices, which we probably will see 2, who knows, maybe another tablet. But again, who knows? I really hope we actually have an event and not just, and by the way, this is now available. Go check it out online.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, tell me about it. Like, what happened? Like, anyways, that's the next thing, so let's hear. I put all these rumors to rest. I'm tired of seeing my stream fill up with renders and leaks and potentials and this guy's interview with so-and-so that he says, and this is...
You do that to yourself, Brian.
This person with the Ouija board that found out that it's obviously going to have...
I don't get any of those things in my stream. Must be your stream.
Must be my stream.
Okay, well, the time has come to announce some winners, hasn't it?
Announce the
and
winners.
a new contest.
Okay, so first off, let's pull this close and say, So we're going to announce a winner for 4, 5, and 6. I am going to take a look at. So just so you guys know, prize pack number 7, we have the iClever devices, a bike light, a desktop charger. That's an awesome one. The quick charge adapter, this Bluetooth speaker from iClever, and the Rogers drinking cup. We're going to have pack number 6. We have a car charger. We have a Dell Bluetooth charger, Bluetooth speaker. We have the Nomad Charge Clip card, and another drinking cup. And then we have 2 sets of one Xperia T3 they're both on Bell, the Tilt Y-Charge quick charger, and the Pink Kids Gear headset. And I have a blue one. So I'm going to pick announcing some winners here. I'm going to pull this up. Gleam is coming up with it. And let's pick out the winners. My computer's just being really slow. I apologize for this, building the tension. Okay, so let's draw one winner. Out of 680 entries.
Wow.
I don't know, zoom more, but draw one winner. And we have, so starting from number 7, we're going to say it's Andrew Penner.
Ooh.
Andrew. And he's actually probably listening online. Congratulations, Andrew. So you get item number 7, which is the iClever accessories. We have, so item number 6, I'm always going top to bottom here. Number 6. This is Brandon Starcevich. All right. I know Brandon. Congratulations. So he's going to get the Dell speaker and the other accessories there. Somebody had to find it. And
I was late.
number 5. Thank you. Number 5, so this is for the Xperia T3, is Marc-Andre Charbonneau. Andre. Okay, I'm just make sure. And last but definitely not least, the other Xperia T3 is going to Fred St. Pierre. Oh, that sounds mean.
I didn't know what symbols. I thought it was just going to be...
All right, so those are our winners, all from Canada, of course. Luckily, I didn't have to...
Congrats.
Congratulations, everybody. Just a reminder, so let's take a look at what you're going to win. So those guys, and I didn't... so let's go through, what is it, good.gl/TBigRMJ. That's our giveaway link. And let's talk about, so when you go over to, I can share the screen, but I don't want to show off their information. We'll show I can show the prizes. So here's the prizes they're going to get for next week. So we're starting right now for next week. And share the screen here. So prize pack number 1, 2, and 3. So number 3 is you're going to get the Grand X, which is an unlocked cell phone. You're going to get a battery, a ZTE battery pack, and you get a charge key. Prize pack number 2 is the Grand X2 unlocked, which I have down there and I've reviewed recently. Nice little phone, actually. I got to admit, I'm quite surprised with it. And then I wouldn't say the grand prize, but definitely probably I think my favorite pick of the litter, the Idol 3 5.5-inch unlocked, and the Tilt Flip Duo. So those are the next 3 prizes you can win. Congratulations to Andrew, Brandon, Marc-Andre, and Fred for winning this week. And thank you for sharing it out as much as you guys have. Good luck to the next round. And I don't know if anybody's noticed this or not, but because we've done it as 3 different giveaways, you can still enter and still win the next week. So anybody who's won in the past can run again in the next. So you have chances to go win right now. As of 4 minutes ago, you can enter the next week. Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. So we're going to wind it up with a review. You reviewed the LG Vigor.
The G4 Vigor, which I thought was going to be the Beat model when they announced it originally, but it came out as the Vigor in Canada. I have to say, this is the G4, but smaller. A little smaller in specs, a little smaller in size, not a Quad HD. But I'm very impressed. Snappier, full manual camera just like the G4, so I'll have a full review on the site later. But cool, impressed.
Very nice.
All right. Well, I think that comes to the end of the show. We've done our contest. We've talked about news. And so it's time to say goodnight.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great long weekend. Travel safely if you're traveling.
That's right, it's a long weekend. Oh, praise be.
Long weekend.
I love long weekends. Ciao.